Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in what is now an accidental sequel to the video that I just posted, it is pretty much a cyst because it needed multiple acne patches. There's multiple layers going on here. And I figured that I would just film a really quick video on, the sun is gonna be coming in and out, I'm sorry, attempting to cover it because I have no color corrector. All I have is just the basics. Let's get started. First thing that I'm gonna do is apply sunscreen because that is very important. I use chemical exfoliants and I figured that I should just show that part on my channel. It's part of my skincare, but I just wanted to include it in this makeup tutorial because sunscreen is extremely important. So I'm gonna rub this all over my face. And this is the Dr. VITA Clinic Free C Sun Lotion, and this is SPF 50. You also want to make sure that your skin is really moisturized because this is really dry. So anything that you put on top of it is going to cling to like that dry patch and make it look bigger than what it is. So really just like massage the products into it with clean hands. If they're clean, they're sanitized, you're not going to like contaminate it, you're good. Now I'm going to be using this primer from BECCA. This is the First Light Priming Filter and it's purple, so it does neutralize, kind of gives you, I don't know, a more brighter appearance because it's purple. And then to give my skin that little extra glow, I'm gonna be using the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer. This is something that I use on my Instagram channel all the time because I love it. It gives you a really natural glow underneath your base product. And that's a little bit too much, but that's okay. Let's bring it down the neck. A lot of people ask why I use my fingers all the time on my Instagram, and it's because I don't lose a lot of product when I'm doing it, and it really gives that second skin look. I know that using your hands is like super taboo now that makeup tutorials have taught you that you need 100 different brushes to do every single step of your makeup, but that is not true. I actually find that the heat from my hands helps sink the product into my skin more and just makes it look like my skin. So it's not that I don't use brushes or sponges. I actually still really love the Beauty Blender. I love my brushes, but as I've gotten older, my skin has gotten a lot drier, and I don't know, I just find that using my hands is it's really more natural looking, so that's why I do it. There's no like rhyme or reason behind it other than that. Next is my foundation, and I am also going to be applying this with my hands. I'm using the Dior Skin Forever foundation. This is a pricey foundation. This is not something that you need to use by any means. I think it's like $50 or something. I would normally use a skin tint. I've been using the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, but because I have so much redness from this, I'm gonna use something with like a little bit more coverage today, but use it with my hands so that way it kind of like melts into the skin. I'm gonna take one pump and I'm just gonna rub it together on my hands so it looks like this, and I'm gonna just put it right into my skin. Under my eyelids, over my eyelids, just to cancel any redness on there, and down the neck to blend. So there is the foundation. I'm actually gonna add like a tiny bit more to the side because it didn't really, I kind of used it on the rest of my face accidentally. So I'm gonna take a little bit. That was a little bit too much. I don't like to use 2 pumps of foundation. I think it looks kind of crazy sometimes on me, but we'll rub it in. Okay, and then I'm gonna just kind of start patting it over the redness. And now I'm gonna go wash my hands really fast and then we'll get into covering it. So one second. I'm back and I did my brows, and now I'm gonna move on to brightening and concealing, which I'm kind of nervous about. So I'm gonna be using the Benefit Dandelion Shy Beam underneath my eyes. I've actually been doing this a lot lately. I got this as an Ipsy add-on and was actually really surprised at how well it brightens underneath the eyes. It's pink, there's no glitter in it, so even though it's kind of like a highlighter but an anti-highlighter at the same time, it looks really nice. And I'm gonna go over that with this. I'm also going to at the same time kind of spot conceal. This is the KKW Beauty Concealer in shade 3, and I'm just gonna go over anything that I want to conceal with minimal product, because the whole point of this is to make it look like your skin doesn't have any blemishes on it. So you don't want to like cake it on, and I'm gonna do like a little bit of this underneath right here too. there is like a little bit more going on today. So I will be using my beauty blender for this and just gently pressing the product into the skin. And I'm just kind of patting around the area too, so that way it just blends in with the rest of my face and there's no spots that look like they're brighter than the other. I mean, you can see what a big difference that makes. I really like this product. I think it was like $12, which I think it's full size. So Ipsy add-ons for the win. Okay, and I'm gonna do this side now, kind of like letting this set a little bit more and really gently pressing the product into the skin. Get underneath my eye. And I'm just kind of tapping around it. The sun is going in and out, which I don't know is a blessing or a curse because you can see the lighting differences when I'm doing this. Also, I keep looking in the viewfinder because I turned the automatic focusing off so it didn't make a lot of noise. So I'm like hoping this is in focus the entire time. So I'm just patting that into my skin to make it even more realistic. And then you can already kind of see the difference. Like you can barely see it. So I'm just gonna do like one more tiny dot on there because there's like a little bit more redness. Here it is. I feel like you can't even see it, which is so exciting. Okay, I did a little bit more and I just want it to like sit for a second because it's easier to like let it dry a little bit and then blend around it. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of it. Okay, I patted it in and now I'm gonna take a little bit of it and just go over this. See, I covered it. Actually, while this is kind of setting on my face a little bit, I think I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup. So to add a little bit of warmth to my face, because as you can see, I look like a sheet of paper. I think I have to stay in here because of the focusing, but it's a lot of just, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and this is expensive, but you can use any bronzer. This is just what I have in front of me since I cleaned my desk. A little bit of this on the slime crime brush. And these are really cute because they have little glitters in the thing, in the handle. Just where the sun would naturally be hitting my face. If you find that your contour looks muddy because you're going like this with the brush and it's just like caking on your face, try just like pressing your brush into the powder, tapping off the excess and pressing it right into your cheekbone. And that should help with any sort of issues because you're just pressing it into your skin and you're getting more of like an even application, I guess, because you're kind of covering all your bases. Side, the sun's coming back. A little bit over the nose, underneath the chin. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing a blush, and this is when I'm going to blend it out, but I'm going to use my finger because it'll help kind of just like smooth the edges but keep the majority of the product like directly over that redness. I'm going to be using this Wander Beauty On The Glow blush, and this is in the shade Coral Rose, which is really cute. This is actually one of my favorite blushes. It has a blush and then the other side has a highlighter, which I am a huge fan of. I really like Wander Beauty products, and I'm just going to be putting it right here, blending it a little bit up there too, so that it has a little bit more of like a lifted look. I'm not blending my blush down here because that can kind of drag your face down a little bit for high cheekbones, and I'm just pressing this into my skin. And you can use cream and powder products. You're working with light layers, so you're not really like gonna mess anything up. Plus you're just blending this directly into the bronzer so that there's no weird lines going on. And I tap this all around up here because I want it to look like a flush. I don't want it to just look like I have color just in like one spot on my face. I'm blending around over here. And we're getting close to blending out that concealer. All right, let's just do it. I feel like this did such a good job, what the heck? And I'm just patting it around. Is someone in the way? Like, what is happening? Okay, look at that. Hey, some color, nothing too crazy. Okay, so this little side right here, you can make a freckle because it already looks like one. So we're just gonna do that. Go that up. And I'll just add a couple more that my foundation covered. I'm going over my natural freckles on my face, by the way, because I was using a fuller coverage foundation. pigmentation. And this is a tip that makes it look even more realistic and that you have like no base on your face, because it just looks like they're the natural shape of my own freckles. So I'm just kind of like bringing them out. I'm gonna take the other side of this highlighter and just go over the blush and go over my nose freckles and blend it out. So I powder here, and I'm using the Glossier powder, which I really like. And I powder my forehead and a little bit in here. But honestly, like, can you see it? Because I can't. It's like so minimal now. You'd have to really be staring at my face in order to see it, like, in my personal opinion. So let's do a lip. I'm gonna use the NYX Soft Spoken Lip Liner and just go over the natural shape of my lips. And I'm going to be taking the Half Caked Super Glazed Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Baby Girl. Lovely. And this is just like the perfect pink. This is my sister's dream lip color. She created it, so that's why it exists. Okay. Should I turn the automatic focus back on? I feel like you can see, but let me just, for the close-ups, I'm gonna turn it back on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here is the final look. I feel like, let's do a side-by-side. As long as you're doing light layers and, I don't know, the rest of your makeup stays fresh, you should be good to go. So if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.